What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Naya Rain. If you are new here, thank you for joining. And if you are a current subscriber, welcome back. Today we are going to do a side part bob. I already did this step before, but this is new and improved. If you notice, I have been like re-releasing videos that I already made, but new and improved videos, because you can always keep advancing. You can never be too good for anything. You can keep learning new things, new methods. So every time I learn a new method or trick, I'm going to share it with y'all as I should. So I started off with section of my hair. Of course, I went in and gave myself a nice shampoo and blow dry before continuing with this style. As you know me, I really like to do minimum leave out. I don't like to do too much leave out. So these parts for these braids will be a little bit, like the braids for the leave out will be a little bit small, but that is okay. And then once I do that, I'm just braiding it all out, getting it out the way and everything. I made it a deep side part, so that's why you see me coming from the middle of my head and bringing it all the way around, because I just wanted to have that look, that definition, and all of that. Like, it's going to look so good. So once I sectioned out my leave out, I'm going to go in with my foundation braids. So the way I determine about how many braids I put in the hair is based off the thickness of my client's hair. Typically, I put no more than 6. I never usually have to put no more than 6 braids in the client's head. But if their hair is a little bit fuller and longer, you may have to go in with smaller braids because you want it to be flat as possible. Me, on the other hand, like, my hair is thick, but it isn't that thick and it is not long. So I can get away with braiding down easily. Once I get done braiding down, I'm going to go in with my even edge control. It don't matter what edge control you go in with, just slick them edges down, because you don't want that to just be left out straggling and hanging with this glue being put on your head. Of course, you cannot forget to oil your scalp or your client's scalp. I use the Miel Organics hair oil. I also use their shampoo and conditioner. I love it. Great products. It has been helping my hair thus far since I cut it. So I go in with a cap. It's typically black. I did not have any black caps with me at the moment, but honestly, I liked the brown because the brown helped me see. I think the brown would be suitable if you were to do it on your own head, so that you can actually see where you need to be applying the morning glory and glue and everything and stuff at. But if it's another client, if it's someone else, you could just use the black cap. It doesn't matter. But that wouldn't help me. So you have to protect your hair or your client's hair. Don't be putting on Got2b spray on there. Put some morning glory on them, because honestly, Got2b spray, I just feel like it's just eating up the hair. This is more protective for the hair. It's better, more healthier for your hair, because once you're ready to take out the Quickweave, you can either apply the conditioner on there, let it soften up and slide out, or you can put your whole head underwater. It'll get out. So after I let it dry, I don't have a dryer at home, but I just let it air dry, and I occupy my time with something else. But if you're in the salon, put the client under the dryer, or use the blow dryer if you don't have one of those. Usually I would go in with the glue and outline the perimeter of my hair, like around, like how I'm cutting this cap. I would usually go in with glue and outline this perimeter so that it can stay, but I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't, and it stayed anyways because it bore the glory. Yes, you can use Dreamweaver or Milky Way or Outre Beat. Those 3 are some good hair. It flows. You can use anything else you want, but I highly recommend this because it gives a flow. If you are a person who likes to keep your hair in for a minute, or you're trying to keep it in for a minute, go with this. Like, don't be afraid to spend a little money on it. You only need like 2 packs of it anyways. So if you notice that I'm gluing, I like to double the tracks now, guys, because it makes everything go faster. But I am gluing the tracks in a U shape. I am not going straight across, because going straight across does not give it what it's supposed to give. And by saying that, like, you see how I'm bringing it around to the front? This is help bringing it in my face, and it's shaping around my face rather than going straight across back and forth. The hair would have sat like on the sides of my face. I be wanting my hair to be like around my face, in my face, and it just gives that better look. So when you want your brows to be on fleek and popping, do this. Put it in the U shape. See, even if you're doing a middle part, put it in that, bring it around, lay them tracks in that U shape. Side part, middle part, whatever. Lay it in a U shape. Bring it around to that face. And do it when you start coming towards the front. So then once all my tracks are in, I go in with the blow dryer just to help dry them last few tracks that I inserted in. I just like to do it and comb and make sure ain't nothing slipping. So that just be the test too. Like if I could blow dry and comb at the same time, ain't nothing slipping, to be good. If something slip, go back in and put that glue in. It's okay if you get a little slip up. It's cool. It happens. So I go with my Bio Silk just a little bit. You do not need a lot. That's with any type of serum. Do not heavily saturate your hair. Don't even saturate your hair at all, serum. Put a little bit on your hands. Enough where your hands could just glide to be on there. And you put it on there and you good. Once you do that, you in the game. So, of course, I like to, sometimes depending on how I feel or the circumstance, whatever, I go in beforehand, like before I get to cutting, and straighten out the hair, because sometimes depending on like what hair your client brings in, it can be too thick. It come on too thick. So when you cutting that bob, it just be too much of cutting. But I just like to do this myself. And plus, I had went to school the next day or something. So I just flat on my hair. But once I get done doing that, mammy picking up my tattoo, I go in with mousse. Go in with a mousse, okay? Because when you do that, you see how it gives that shine, that sleekness, and it gives it a firm hold. This helps keep everything in place. Yes, I do that on the tracks, not my real hair. You're going to see why, and you're going to see how it turns out. Once you do that, you go in with the wax stick. When you do with the wax stick gives it the shine. It gives it another firm hold. Like, you really just want to give it that firmness, especially because this is a side part bob, so you don't want none of that hair that's in your face to get more in your face. You just want it to all lay and sit in that one form that you had originally laid the tracks in. Then once I do that, I go in with some spritz. That spritz I used, that was a spritz that I'm testing out, but I like to use Essential spritz, the green spritz, or the orange spritz. The orange color, it gives a extra firm hold. The green one gives a firm hold. And then they also have a purple one. It just gives a light soft hold. But I definitely use those. I like those a lot. So now I'm moving on to my leave out and everything. And of course, you need to get every little piece of hair straight as much as possible, because I'm about to lay my hair, but only like spritz and stuff. No edge control. So I need everything to be straightened down, silken down, whatever you want to call it, so it can all lay correctly. Now, y'all probably like, what is she trying to flirt around? What she finna lay? Y'all finna see how that hair lay. Finna show you how you camouflage some thin edges. So I like to use the mini flat irons to flat iron my leave out for myself and for my clients. I just feel like it just gives it a better straightening. You could get up on the root better. Sometimes I do go in with the hot comb. It just depends on how coarse my client's hair is, or like how tightly coiled it is at the roots. If it's really tightly coiled, I go in with the hot comb, then the flat irons. But if the hair is fine and it's not that bad, you just go in with the mini flat iron. And you see how I got my hair very soft and straight and silky looking. My hair is going down so much since I cut it. Look at it. Like, look at it just laying over that track. I ain't got to do too much. Just spread the spritz and be good. So, yes, once you get done with that, all I literally do is just go on with my spritz, comb it in, rub it in, and it be done. And then, like, to finish it off, I usually do typically go in with, like, a hot comb or flat iron or something like that, just to mold it down. But it don't be needing that much. So, when you perfectly or accurately silking out that leave out, all you really be needing is some holder spray or spritz to keep it in place. So as you can see, I'm smoothing my edges and making sure everything is good. I'm spraying the spritz on the toothbrush or the bristles of the brush. Not the toothbrush, I'm sorry. The bristles of the edge brush, and swooping it onto my edges. And then on every spot or placement that I do, I blow dry it. Kind of like the same concept when you're doing the ponytail. That's basically what I'm doing on my edges right now and my leave out. So I'm making sure that's all smooth in and laying down. So you can see I'm going in with the blow dryer on low heat. And just blow drying and putting it in its place, because you just want everything to be in place with this bob, because this is one of those bobs where everything has to be in place. Like you see right there, it's really, really flat. Now, this was such a challenge. Trying to cut this bob, like, I don't know if it was because of the lighting, me being in my room, me having on black. So I just couldn't see it. Like, usually when I'm cut my bob, I go in the bathroom. But I didn't go in the bathroom this time because I did not feel like getting all of that mess on the bathroom floor. So I got it on my room floor. I don't know. I just didn't feel like getting up. So, of course, this is when you cut your hair and when you cut your clients for sure. When you cut a bob, tilt their hair over, because although you may have cut it with their hair sitting up straight and you're like, oh, this is good, you have to think about when your client bends their head down or forward or to the side when they doing their daily activities or routines or just going about the day, you know. And they took the head over and we could see all of the little straggling little pieces sitting up under that. So, yeah, go ahead and do that because it gives it more of a bluntness and everything. And you won't be embarrassing yourself or your client. And once you get done doing the cut, you could go in and start bumping the ends if you want, or just going over it and making sure it looks the way you want it to. Like, it's really good. It looks really blunt. I really love how it came out. And the spritz I was using was really good. It was just really soft. I needed something more firm. Like, the next day, I had went to the hair show, America's Beauty Show, and I had came up on a lot of products, and I just bought this spritz from Brown Brothers, and it was the best, y'all. I promise it was the best. It is the best spritz I have ever got my hands on in life. So definitely have to re-up on that. Most likely you see me using it in a lot of videos. That and Initiations are top 2 right now on my list for spritz. If it's any other spritz or other sprays that you all know about, let me know, because I definitely am willing to try new products. I always try new products. I'm never have been that stylist that has been afraid to go out and try new things. Of course, I'll try it myself before I put it on y'all, if I know it's something that'd be like a questionable kind of product. But other than that, I do try a lot of things. So yes, spritz, wax sticks, or anything else, I'm definitely willing to try it. But this wasn't bad. I had got this from a chemist who makes their own products and everything. So this wasn't like from no Chinese vendor or anything. Actually, I got it from a chemist. So I'm perfecting that cut so I can be looking like that thing. And see, look, I'm looking like that thing. The bob is moving, it's flowing. While I go, it go. You know, it's very much so given. I'm loving it, all of it. But that's pretty much the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please tune back in. Tune into all my social medias. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you all for tuning in again. Love you all. Goodbye.